record this. So here we go. Welcome everybody to Art 192. It's Photoshop / digital imaging. And this is the introductory class. Are any of you signed up for the advanced class? I don't remember who's who. Because I have quite a number of students signed up for the advanced class. So I've decided to have my webinars for that class on Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, 2 o'clock. Okay, so you're all here for the introductory class. So let's go ahead and get started. And how to get started, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to go to a variety of different places on the web, including Canvas, so that you can gain access to all the files and videos and that sort of thing that you'll need. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in here like so. And let's start by going to, I'm going to go to not that website. I'm going to go to this website. There we go. Okay. So there's a couple of places that you can go to get access to everything for this class. But I'm going to start with my own personal website and go from there. So my personal website is kmart66.com, or you could also put in kirkmillerart.com. Oops, can't spell my own name. Get you to the same place. So I have, multiple names assigned to this. So if you're curious to see what kind of work that I do, my fine art, my 3D modeling and animation and that sort of thing, or what I've written in a blog, you're welcome to. But where you need to go is under Kirk's classes. So if we go to Kirk's classes here, you'll notice that I have a handouts page. I have weekly syllabi. I'm assuming that all of you have watched the orientation video. If you have not, please do so. That's extremely important. Much of it I'm repeating today, but repetition does help. To remember to clarify any questions that you might have. And the same for the video tutorials. I will have playlists, I already have a playlist for this class that was recorded last semester that you have access to already, all of the lessons that we've done. So let's go to Kirk's classes first. And this is what that page looks like. Okay. So let's start by looking at some examples of student work. So this is student work that I have displayed from all the classes that I teach. But if we switch to the Photoshop class, I don't have all of them, but let's go to, oh, come on, there we go. So this is the first project. They're basically 12 lessons that you will do from the textbook, and you will submit those on Google Drive. And there are 4 projects that you will do. And projects in my classes are equivalent to, what should I say, tests. That would be the best example, okay? So the first one that we're going to do, and I may vary it a little bit, but I've had everybody to do a selfie photobomb assignment. Another option that we have, that I already have in my handouts page, is to do a postcard assignment. So for example, in the selfie photobomb assignment, you're to take a photograph off the web of somebody famous. And then you need to take a photograph of yourself and you need to insert yourself in that photograph with the famous person and do it seamlessly. The postcard is a little bit more open-ended. It's a matter of taking separate photographs that maybe you have taken, or maybe photographs that you have taken off online, from online, and combine them into a little photo, a little postcard, either vertical or horizontal. So this is an example of the selfie photo bomb. This is another example. So this would be, a good example of the first assignment. And this is a good example of postcard. Vertical, that was done quite a while ago. Okay. Has kind of a satanic, theme to it. So, the options are open-ended. It's more for me to see, based on the first number of lessons, maybe the first half dozen lessons that we've done, to understand your skill level at using the tools that we've covered in those lessons. After that, we will be doing a movie poster. Okay. And so there are a couple of examples. It's a very specific kind of movie poster. It's if you were to make a movie about your life, an autobiographical movie, what would that movie poster look like? What would the title be? What imagery would you use? And what text, what fonts would you use to create that movie poster? And you would add all the additional elements that are common with movie posters, like credits and things like that. For the advanced students, I have them do a public service poster. So this is a good example of that for global warming. After the movie poster, I have you do a digital painting. Okay, and that's when we've completed lesson 10. It covers the brush tool. Take a photograph and we digitize it, and then convert it into a digital painting. And the last assignment that I don't have examples for online will be to take a photograph, maybe that's from your personal library of photographs, or one that you take from the Library of Congress, and one that's been damaged over the years, and then your job is to retouch, restore it. For my advanced students, sorry about that. For my advanced students, the first assignment that they will be doing is what I call the Invisible Man project, where you take a photograph. It could be from a photograph or an image of a painting that has people in it, and your job will be to remove the flesh parts of that person and make it look as if they have disappeared. So that will test their knowledge and skills of Photoshop. So under that, you'll see that I have all this information that is totally worthless to us now, since we're offering the class only online. Okay, that my voicemail doesn't serve us any purpose. I do have a school email, but I do not want you to use it. I would rather you use my Gmail, which is kirkmillerart@gmail.com. That's kirkmillerart@gmail.com. My office doesn't matter because I can't get into it. Office hours have changed. Everything is online. Okay, so things have changed. Where you are going to want to spend time, aside from maybe going to Canvas, is the page that I have for all of you called This Week in Class. So let's go over to the left, and then we'll look down here to the right and cover some different parts of the page that will be relevant to you. The first thing is the Adobe link. Now, you can use the Adobe link or not, but to do the Photoshop class, you do need Adobe Photoshop. And that has to be on your computer. If we were in the lab on campus, we would provide Photoshop for you, but that doesn't work anymore. Now, you can get a discounted price. So I don't know how many of you have Photoshop or not. You need to let me know if you have a problem with this. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to get a discounted price, you're going to go to collegebuys.org. So I would click on this link right here. Okay. And then it says for students, for faculty/staff, for colleges. And you're going to go to students. You're going to say shop now. Oh, come on. Let's go. Why can't it go there? Well, that doesn't help me out here, does it? There we go. Okay, so there we go. So for whatever reason, it didn't open a moment ago, but those things happen. And you'll pick California as a state, and then you are a student, and then you'll submit, and it will take you. And the third one over is the Adobe Creative Cloud. That's what you're going to subscribe to. For a 6-month subscription, it's $40. For a 1-year subscription, it is $80. So it's up to you. If Photoshop, if you plan to only take Photoshop and no other class that uses an Adobe software, then 6 months should be just fine. If you think that you will be taking other classes, or you know you will be taking other classes, then I would sign up for the year if you can afford that. Okay, so that's where you go for that. All right. Let's go back a couple of steps. And that opened up into a new window. So I don't want that. I don't want that. I need to go back to here. So that's the first place that you want to go. I also mentioned in my orientation video that we will be using lynda.com videos from time to time to provide ancillary information for the class. Normally, lynda.com is $25 a month, but you can access it for free. And I believe I have provided this information for all of you in my orientation video as well, but I'm going to repeat it just to make sure that you know where to go, is that you need to go to the LA County Library. So that's lacountylibrary.org. And it's under digital library, and it will be lynda.com. If you do not have currently have an LA County Library card, you can access one digitally now by getting a library card. So you can do this online. So what you want to do is get the library card application. And then in addition to that, you will need a PIN number. The PIN, you need both to have access to lynda.com. And that too is really, really essential. Okay, so that's the other one. All right. So that's collegebuys.org for Adobe. And then for lynda.com, if you want to pay the $25 a month, I don't. I only use the LA County Library for that service now. You'll go there. So that's what you'll need. And of course, because all of you are on Zoom at the moment, you'll need Zoom in order to access the webinars that I have. If you're only viewing the recordings, then you'll need to have access to the internet, which you'll have to do anyway, and you'll have access to my YouTube videos. So that's what we have there. Now, in addition to those resources, I provided for all of you in all of my classes links to the webinars, and they're the same for all of them. They do not require a password. But for my introductory class, we will meet Mondays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. This is what we're doing now. And all you have to do is click on it, and it will take you there. What you will need for the class are a couple of things. Obviously, a computer. You'll need Adobe Photoshop. You'll need a storage device of some sort, a hard drive, or for backup, save your information on the cloud. You need access to the internet. And I would have a notebook or papers nearby to make notes. We do work with a textbook for this class. The textbook is the Adobe Photoshop CC 2020 Classroom in a Book. So you can purchase that from whatever source you want, but I have a link here that will take you to Amazon. And here it is, okay? So notice that it is in stock. You can get the Kindle version, you can get the paperback version, you can order from other sellers, it doesn't matter, but you do need it. It's from the textbook. We do the lessons. And as I mentioned before, we will do lessons 1 through 12, okay? And they will be about 25%, 20 to 25% of your grade, okay? The cumulative, that if you do all 12 lessons, you get 10 points. And 10 points would be equivalent to a grade of A on one of the 4 assignments that I give you. So that's where we have that, okay? So I'm gonna go back. Let's go back again. Come on. Take me back. Take me back. There we go. So let's go back again. And let's go to, again, go to our weekly syllabi. So there's a link for the textbook. You will need that. The sooner, the better. What else do we need here? So anyway, in addition to that, information for the textbook, a link to the webinars, because I like being a little bit flexible with my classes. It will also tell you what assignment we're working on, what we are doing in class this week, and it will also tell you when projects are due. Okay, so they'll also, you know, that information will be available on Canvas as well, but this is a nice quick way of accessing that information. Now, in addition to this week in class, or my weekly syllabi, I also have the Handouts page. The Handouts page provides for all of you a syllabus for Art 192. It's in PDF form, so you can print it out if you wish. And there's also the syllabus. It's slightly different on Canvas, but there is a link on Canvas to this page as well. There's also on this page links to the projects that we'll be working on. So here's the postcard assignment. Here is the DVD cover / poster assignment. We also have the option of doing a book cover. Here's the Invisible Man, retouch, restore, digital painting. The only one I don't have is in the past, before COVID-19, when I assigned the selfie photo bomb assignment, it was done verbally. I didn't use any particular handout. I used the postcard as sort of a basis for it, and that was it. And I do that for my other classes as well. And if we, for example, go to the postcard, that might be the first one. Again, it's a PDF file for you to have access to. Okay, so we'll go back there. So that's my website, sort of in a nutshell. In addition to that, as I mentioned, everything is available on Canvas. So this is Canvas here. And there's a couple of things. If we go here, this is the home page for Canvas. So you can see that here's the link to the syllabus that I provided on my website. This itself is a syllabus that gives it in more legal terms and detail about the semester we're going into. Here's the email that I talked about, kirkmillerart@gmail.com. Here's a link to my website. So all of these things are interchangeable. You can go back and forth. And while I'm recording this lecture, it probably almost duplicates, not word for word, but pretty darn close, what I covered last semester. So if you want to move move forward or you want to access material ahead of time, you can view last semester's videos right now by going to modules. And when you go to modules, here's my orientation video that all of you should watch. Here's lecture 1, which is what I'm doing right now. This is a link to lesson 1, talks about that, what we'll be covering. And here is that video for that particular lecture. And here's basic photo corrections, lesson 2, lesson 3, all the way to lesson 4. And there's even links to critiques that we had of the postcard assignments. You can look at examples of student work that was done last semester and that sort of thing. So this is available to all of you right now, all of these videos. So if I were to click on the lecture 1 video, I could go there, and this is what we will be covering on Wednesday. And really, this is simply a link to my YouTube channel. Okay, so if we were to go back, let's just go back to modules. And we were to go back again to here, to my website, we'll go to Kirk's classes, and we go to video tutorials. It just simply takes you to my playlists for that I have on YouTube. And you find the one that you need. For example, here is orientation video that all of you need to watch. Okay, here is Art 192, Photoshop/digital imaging, fall and spring 2020-21. And again, if you click on that, it will take you to all the, and I believe I have them all in order. They might not be in the exact order. If they are, they might be in reverse order, but they're all available. And they are, since they were recorded last semester, closed captioning is available for all of it too. Okay, so you have access to all of that. I will post grades on Canvas as you turn in projects. I wait until all of the lessons are compiled before I assign a grade to that. But as you turn in the other projects, those will be great. We will have a critique for each of those, and then I will post grades for all of those. Okay. So all of that is interchangeable, either whichever you prefer, going to Canvas or working with my personal website. The one thing that I've added this semester that you do all need to take, and I know that I goofed, some of you already noted that, is that there is a little quiz that you need to take, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. And here it is right here, introductory quiz for online classes. Now, this is what I see, so I will go ahead and I will look at the preview so you can see it. I have 8 questions for you. And I've already covered most of them during this introductory lecture, but it's in addition to Canvas. What's the address of the website I use to provide content for all of my classes? Okay, question 2, and you can check each of these off. You don't get a grade for them per se, but you do, maybe I will, maybe it will, if you can take it as many times as you want, as you need to. And you have to get all of them correct, and all 8 of them. And when you get all of 8 of them correct, I'll give you full points for all of them and assign a grade to them so that you know how to access my class and contact me. One of the other things that I want you to do that's really important for today, and some of you who have already done so, is that you need to email me. Okay, so if we go back to, because where you turn in your projects, including your lessons, will be on Google Drive. Okay, so as you can see, I have lots of folders here for Google Drive. The one that we have here for Art 192, Spring 2021, Monday, Wednesday, is for you. And I can see that some of you have already done so. Cool. So we have Nick Terry, we have R. Rizata. I don't know if that's correct, but we have folders for each of you. And that's where you're going to place your lessons and where you're going to place the your final projects. Something that I probably should add that I didn't do before, but it will make it easier for me and easier for you to keep everything isolated, is that if you double click on your folder, we can add 2 new folders. And I'll name this one Lessons. Oops. Okay, and I'll create another folder. So you hold down the Control key or right click, create a new folder. And this one will be projects or assignments. So as you complete your assignments, you'll put them in that folder. And as you complete the lessons, you will put them in this folder so that they're separated and I can tell who's whose. So I have a question here in the chat. Okay, I have someone, let's see. You use College Buy's link for the Adobe Creative Suite. Thanks for that resource. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. So that's really important, that is sooner rather than later, you email me so that I can add you to this folder on Google Drive. That is how you turn in your projects. That's the only place that I will be accepting work is on Google Drive. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and at this time, I'm going to pause the recording right now. And I want to see if there are any questions from all of you. As if there aren't, we can end the webinar today, and on Wednesday, we will begin lesson 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and resume the recording. So the question that I have for today is, how do we formally email you? What you're going to do is, it's preferable if you have a Gmail account. You don't have to have one, but it's preferable because let me go to my email, the one that I have for all of you. This is the one that I have for all of you. So you can see I have different folders for each of you. So here would be, here's Art 192 and Art 192B. You can see that I already have emails from Rodrigo and from Nick and Andrew and that sort of thing. So what you're going to do is email me at kirkmillerart@gmail.com. And in the subject of the email, you're going to put, so let me show you what I would do here. I'm going to go ahead and let's get back out of here. I'm going to go back to the inbox and I'm just going to say, I'm going to compose an email and I'll make one to myself. So this is going to be at kirkmillerart@gmail.com. And in the subject, you're going to put your name. So I'll put Kirk Miller. And then I'm going to put Art 192. And then I'm going to put Google Drive. That's all you need to do. And send that. Content can be left empty. Then that will, when I receive the email, then I can copy your email address and invite you to be a part of the Google Drive folder that I have created for this particular class. Okay. If you want to say anything or add any additional information here, that would be helpful. But because I have technically like 6 classes, introductory and advanced, what you will need to do is I need to know who, because Oftentimes, you know, if you received an email from Kmart 66, you're going to ask yourself, who the heck is that? Or even Kirk Miller art. But this tells me who the person is that is sending the email. And I want it to match the name that's on the roll. This tells me what class that you're in, whether it's the introductory advanced class, and what the purpose of this email is. It's for Google Drive. That's all I need to know. So I can send you, I will save the email, and I will at the same time invite you to Google Drive. So does that help? Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Again, I'll go ahead and I'll pause the recording. So Yvonne just noticed or noted to me that in the orientation video, it doesn't mention anything about including the class number. Just the name of the class. Yeah. So I'm sorry. If you did send it and I've already invited you, that just means that what I had to do is I had to go through all of my roll sheets and look up your name to figure out which class you were enrolled in. And this just helps me a little bit. That's all. So yeah, if you could just go ahead and add that. And I guess I don't know how I forgot to do that, but yeah, put your name, the number and name of the class, and the purpose of the email, which is Google Drive. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's okay, Nick. This is an answer to you that you're in the advanced class. That's okay. Normally, I combine the two because the advanced class is going to be a little bit different. You will not have to do the lessons. I presume that you took the class with Chris Wilson last semester. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Well, he teaches a little bit differently. So he doesn't use the textbook, and I do. So if you feel that you want to follow along with the introductory class, you can. But I will have you be doing the advanced assignments that are similar but a little bit different. So because there are like 7, 9 of you in the advanced class, I decided to split the webinars and offer it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2. So that's okay. You just need to remind me, and it's not a big deal. It's not like it's the end of the world. But Nick, what you can start doing though is doing the Invisible Man project. That's your first assignment. And you can get going on that right away. Go ahead and go to my Handouts page, download or open the Invisible Man project, and you can get started. And tomorrow in our webinar, we will be going over that in addition to what I'm doing here, or probably Thursday. Okay. So any other questions that you guys have for me that maybe I've forgotten or I've goofed? Because I goofed up, I messed up the initial quiz. And it's not like the quiz is a big deal. I just want to make sure that you guys know how to find everything for the class and how to contact me and how to keep in touch. And this semester, the webinars really are unnecessary because I could have you, I could refer you to the videos that I created last semester and it'd be just that. And if that's what you prefer to do, that's okay. My videos are just as they are now. They're not very polished. I do make mistakes. I don't edit them. It's just what you see is what you get. I don't have the time or the inclination or the resources to spend all the hours that it would take to create a refined, polished video for each of the classes. It's everything has happened so quickly to try to switch gears from an online or from an in-class mode of discovery or mode of, oh man, I can't even speak. An in-class mode of delivery to online that I've had to make these changes very, very quickly. And So that was my goal last semester, is to make sure at least all of the tutorials for the lessons were recorded step by step so that you could follow them along. And if you want to, go through them very quickly, or you want to stop and start and replay some of them, you're welcome to do so. Okay. So that's pretty much it for today. And if there aren't any more questions, then we can wrap it up today at the 45-minute mark. And you guys are free to leave. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing so that you see my ugly mug again. And then we can call it a day, and that will be it. If you have problems installing Photoshop or accessing Adobe or anything, please let me know, and I'll try my best to get you on board with it. Occasionally people have problems. They do require that you provide information for them, okay, that prove that you're a student. So that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. And I will see all of you either tomorrow or Wednesday, or some of you, or maybe none of you. We'll see. So bye-bye.